I'm so happy that I get to be alive in a time where it's so easy to build software that you can turn into a business. Before, building software was only accessible to people that knew how to code. But now, with the right combination of tools, you can create amazing applications that you can bring into your business or turn into a business yourself. So, I was able to create an entire AI marketing software that allows you to take a transcript from a video and then repurpose it using AI to any type of content. And I was able to do that in less than 2 hours. So I used a couple tools to do this. First, I used a tool called Loveable. So Loveable is this new tool that allows you to build entire full stack websites using only natural language prompts. So you just type in what you want, you type in the functionality you need, and then it goes off and builds that. Right now, this is still a very new tool, so it has its limitations. But when you combine it with a tool like n8n, you're able to supercharge this and create really complex and intricate websites. So I used n8n to create automations that fed the data to Loveable. And then using this, I was able to create a really useful AI marketing software. So let me take you through how to do that. So this is my software. It's called Transform Transcripts into Engaging Content. And my idea is we're always being inspired by different types of content online. So what if you could take that content, put your own spin on it, and then repurpose it for different types of social media platforms? So here, for example, I found a video that I really liked. This is a channel called Fireship. They make funny videos about tech. So what you can do is you can go on YouTube, you can press show transcript, and then you can copy their transcript. Then you go back into my tool and I'll paste in the transcript. And I've pasted in the transcript. Now I've built this so I can choose a tone of voice I like for my content. So it could be funny, casual, and I even had human options. So maybe I want it in an Alex Hormozy style. So let's go with Alex Hormozy. And then you can choose the content type. So let's say I want a LinkedIn post. So I'll press test workflow to activate the backend from n8n, and it will generate the content. So now, Loveable speaking to n8n, I have this AI agent that selects a sub-agent to create the content. We'll go through all of this in a moment. Now it's identified the LinkedIn AI agent. It's going off to create the content. It's created it, now it's sending it back to the main agent, and now it's returned it here to Loveable. And then we have our piece of content, all formatted for LinkedIn. So let's do this one more time. Maybe I want a funny post, and let's make this for TikTok. I'm going to test the workflow, and I'm going to generate the content. It's going to go through the same process. So it received it from Loveable. The AI agent is now working. Now selected the short form content creator sub-agent. This is now creating the content. And now we've got it back. We have our TikTok script. So I was able to create this entire application in less than 2 hours, which is incredible. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. So the first thing you want to do is I have this already built out for you. So if you go to my free school community, you go to the resources section, and here you have all these options to download the file. So just download all of them, and then you can go into workflow, press these three dots, press import from file. And then you want to select the file. And there you go. You get the AI agent directly into n8n. So let me talk you through how it works from n8n, and then we're going to go through Loveable. So in n8n, the way we've created this is first we're using webhooks. So webhooks is our way of speaking with Loveable and getting the information from Loveable to n8n. So if you remember, in Loveable, we had the transcript, we had the tone of voice, and we had the content type. That's the main information we're putting in as a user. So if we see this webhook here, we're going to see that we get that information. We've got the transcript, we've got the tone, in this case it was funny, and then the content type. We then feed this into our content creator agent. This agent has one job, and that one job is to select which sub-agent to use to create the content. And then we have these sub-agents here, and each one has been designed to create a very specific piece of social media content. So let's click into this and I can show you how it works. So first, in this text area, we want to make sure that we're getting the information from the webhook. So if I select this here, we can see we have the transcript/prompt, the tone and content voice, and we're just making sure this AI agent has the information. Then we have the system message. This is the prompt I'm using. And just to give you background on how I create a prompt for an agent, I want to use the least amount of content possible to create this. So I'll give it an overview, I'll tell it what tools it used, and maybe give it 1 or 2 rules, and then I want to test it. And when I test it, I want to see how it breaks, and when it breaks, I want to give it another rule to fix that. Because the whole point of having these AI agents is that they're meant to work autonomously, they're meant to figure out what to do based on various different situations. So you don't want to have too long a prompt, and you want to build it out very iteratively. But if you download the prompt from the community, then you'll have this in for free. So this is the content creator, and it's basically just telling the workflow which sub-agent to use. And then we have these sub-agents. For each one, we come in. So this is the YouTube agent, for example. Here you have another AI agent tool, and within this we have a prompt that tells it exactly how to create a YouTube video. So this is your chance to edit this, make the prompt specific to your video styles. Maybe you can give it a tone of voice. You can also give it access to different tools. Like here, I've given it access to a tool called Tavily so that it could search the internet. So maybe we want to take a transcript, but we want to update it with the latest news. So this is how this works. You have the AI agent, and then if it works, we'll send it back to the main agent, or we'll send the message that we want to try again. And we replicate this for short form content. We have it for LinkedIn, and we have a blog agent. So all of these come together as our 4 sub-agents. And then when we've selected the one we want to use, we go use this webhook to send it back to Loveable. So now I've shown you how we've done this here. Let's recreate my AI marketing software from scratch and see how easy it is to make. So this is Loveable here. What we want to do first is we want to add a prompt. So if you go back to the school community, I have a prompt ready here, and we can go through it together. So we're telling it we want a beautifully designed AI SaaS app for social media, and we want to tell it what we want it to do. So here it takes a transcript, it gets the information we want to provide it, and we say what the design we want it to look like. As we go down, we want to say what functionality we want it to have. So here I say I want it to have a transcript input, an area where I can add text. I tell it I want it to give me a drop down, a predefined list where I have the different tones of voices I want. So I could add more here if I wanted to. I do the same thing with the social media content. I tell it, this is the important bit in how it knows to speak to n8n. So we say when you click the generate button, when clicked, the app sends the transcript, selected tone, and content type to this webhook. So this is the URL, is our webhook. If we go to n8n, we select this, we get our webhook here. So this is how these 2 different pieces of software are able to communicate with each other, and allows you to unlock this amazing functionality by using the strengths of Loveable and the strengths of n8n. And then an important part here, so when I was testing it, one thing that was going wrong was that n8n sends a JSON to Loveable. So this is just how content is formatted in a technical way, and it sometimes has a bit of code elements in it. So here I just told it to display this in a way that looks beautiful on a website. And then you can add some ideas for the user interface. So what's really cool as well is you can add pictures to give Loveable inspiration of how it should be built. So I just went onto Google and I said beautiful UI websites, and I found this example. So I screenshotted it. If you go back into Loveable, you can attach a picture and it will use that as inspiration to create your website. So we've added it here. Now you just press generate and it's going to go off and build your website. So you see here, we have our prompt area where we can add prompts, give it functionality, tell it what to do. And by the way, when you sign up to Loveable, you have a free account with 5 free prompts a day. So I think we can do this in one prompt. Maybe sometimes it requires a bit of debugging, but you're not going to go in like a coder and look into the code. It's just going to say, oops, something went wrong. And you're going to say, go off and try to fix it. And then it'll go off and attempt to rechange the code. So now you can see here, it's creating the code in the background. Okay, here we go. So it's built the website. Let's test it out. And you can press this to go to mobile view to see how it looks like. So I'm going to add in the content we had from before. This is the YouTube video transcript. Let's just say we want a funny LinkedIn post. I'm going to go back into my workflow. I'm going to test the workflow so we can receive it. And then, okay, let me publish it first so we don't have to keep. Okay, so now we have it in full screen mode. You can see it better. I'm going to paste in the content. We're saying we want a funny LinkedIn post. We're going to generate the content. If we go back into here, we're seeing the n8n workflow is working in the background. It's identified that this should be a LinkedIn content. It's now creating that content. And you're going to see, okay, now the content's created, ChatGPT is formatting it, and now it's going to be sent back. So it's been sent back now. And here we've generated the content. Now the error happening here is that what is displaying in front of us is the JSON. So let me show you what this means. And I like when errors come up, because when you create this, things don't flow perfectly and we need to troubleshoot things as we go. So this is, if we go here, we see what n8n is sending out. The way n8n works is that it uses something called JSON. So this is a way of formatting text in a way that it's readable by computers. So here it's sending off the output, and this is broken down in a way that's readable. But we don't want to display it exactly like this in our application because it looks weird. We want some line breaks, we want it to look nice. So I've added this in a prompt, but it still didn't work. So sometimes you just need to prompt it again. And we'll say, we'll add a section here. I said n8n will send back a JSON, so just make sure you extract the text and format it using the correct syntax and in a way that should be displayed to a human user. So this is how it works when you're working with Loveable. We've got something, it's mostly there, but you've got to test it out. And sometimes you've got to fine tune it. But this is the great thing. You don't have to be a coder and go into the code. I just use natural language. I use text to add it into here. And then now it's going off and it's updating it. So here's saying, I'm sure the application probably handles JSON responses and it's going to make sure it formats it correctly for human readability. So it's going to modify the code. Like, how incredible is that? The way in which software is being built, at least to some levels, is now changing. We're not having to be coders. We can just speak to it. Okay, so let's test it out. First, I need to publish it again, update. there we have it. It's worked now and it's created a piece of content. It actually failed one more time, and the way I was able to get it to work is I pasted in that big chunk of text into Loveable and I said, in my own very simple language, this is what I'm getting. I want it to look nice. And then it was able to work. So sometimes giving it an example works really well. So you can see that we were able to create that in, honestly, like once you have the n8n stuff, a few minutes, which is incredible. So I would say this is useful for a few different types of people. So one, if you're a business owner, you can now create these AI applications that allows you to automate your business practices. So working at n8n is incredible. And a way to supercharge that is to allow more people in your business to access these automations by giving it a beautiful front end. So it makes it a lot more user friendly. Also, a lot of people are using this combination so that they can create their own software to create a business out of it. So with Loveable, you can add payments and you can turn this into an application you charge for. Or some people are building it as a service for other businesses. And I'd say if you're also new to AI and you're just trying to experiment, is a good skill to build. Understanding how to use tools like Loveable, how to create interesting and very complex automations at n8n, because this is where the future is heading. So I hope you enjoyed that video and I'll catch you next time.